The world didn't end with an explosion. It ended when the machines finally started working.
The world did not end with a bang, but with the rhythmic, terrifying sound of a machine that had finally started its work. Across the globe, the Zethari stopped being observers and started being harvesters. The systematic reaping began not as a war of conquest, but as an industrial cleanup of a messy planet. Laughs. In London, under the weeping grey sky, the Zethari commanders moved with a grace that defied their hulking obsidian frames. As a line of Challenger tanks opened fire, a commander simply raised a hand. The air groaned, and the tanks didn't explode, they folded. Heavy steel armor was crimped like tinfoil. The crews inside silenced instantly as their vehicles were reduced to dense, geometric scrap metal. There was no heat, no smoke, just the cold, mechanical removal of resistance. Chuckle. Deep in the Amazon, the horror took a more intimate biological turn.
Help me!
The bio-assimilators, spindly, multi-limbed constructs that resembled metallic spiders scuttled through the canopy. They didn't kill the indigenous tribes or the researchers they found. They integrated them. In a nightmare of flesh-metal fusion, human nervous systems were woven into alien circuitry, turning living beings into weeping conscious components of the new planetary grid. In Beijing, the war beasts, massive low-slung quadrupeds with translucent skin, stood atop the forbidden city. They didn't fire weapons. Instead, they exhaled a low-frequency psycho-resonance. It was a psychic scream that bypassed the ears and vibrated directly into the frontal lobe. Within minutes, millions were driven into a state of catatonic madness, their identities erased to make the coming sorting easier. Meanwhile, in the subterranean shadows of Grand Central Terminal, Riker Phillips' world was narrowing down to a single point of survival.
I couldn't stop them.
His squad was gone folded into the marble floors or erased by the humming light of a scouting unit. Only he and Private Kojo remained, pinned behind a fallen ticket kiosk.
That's how they aim.
Riker's hypervigilance, usually a source of agonizing insomnia, became his only weapon. He wasn't looking at the alien, he was looking at a puddle of spilled coffee on the floor.
Don't move.
Don't move!
What?
Riker hissed,
Watch the coffee.
his hand clamping onto Kojo's shoulder like a vice. Sarge, we have to... Look at the cup,
trapped.
kid. The coffee wasn't splashing. It was vibrating upward, forming perfect crystalline spikes that defied gravity. It was the shimmer. Riker felt the air tighten, a static charge that made his teeth ache. He lunged, dragging Kojo 5 feet to the left just as the space they had occupied a second ago vanished. The marble floor, the kiosk, and the air itself were sucked into a microscopic point, leaving nothing but a vacuum-sealed hole in reality. Riker looked at his shaking hands. The shimmer was the warning. The coffee was the key. He didn't have a rifle that could kill them, but for the first time, he knew how to see them coming.
See them coming.